The question of the day is, are you a baby spiritualist? So, this is podcast number 2, okay? I finally made my way to podcast number 2. And I wanted to have an interesting topic before I came. So, okay. So, my question is, are you a baby spiritualist? So, the reason why I'm bringing up this topic is because a lot of people are baby spiritualists and they think that they're so spiritual. And you're just on the baby, you're just on the surface. You haven't done a lot of research, or your research may just entail the same thing over and over and over, right? So anyway, I kind of been watching people. I want to bring up two different scenarios of people I've watched. So I was watching NFL Chopper, right? And he was on Kirk Franklin's podcast, and he was on there with Kirk Franklin and Megan. I forgot Megan last name, not Megan Thee Stallion, but the other Megan Good boyfriend, and they was having a interesting conversation about the Bible. And then NFL Chopper, it's like he had like good points, right? But it's like, and I like him because I like the fact that he's vegan and he's finding his own spiritual walk. He's pretty young, so I think he's like, what, 21, 22. He could be older, but he's young and he's trying to find his walk, okay? So it's like, with him or whatever, he was just bringing up these points, and I feel like you was just loud and wrong. Like, I felt like he was absolutely loud and wrong, and your points really wasn't. They made sense, but it just wasn't the right timing. You get what I'm saying? And so, I just felt like, in this spiritual walk, like, you have to do more research. A lot of people, especially like if you're finding yourself out of the Bible or finding yourself out of Christianity, a lot of people, they give you a lot of pushback. Like, that's not the norm to find yourself out of Christianity, right? And I feel like there's nothing wrong with you. Like, you can practice how I practice and just still be a Christian. Like, that's what the hoodoo is about, because hoodoo is about people who are practitioners, and they still believe in the Bible. They still believe in Jesus. I mean, Catholic people are pretty much witches. Like, they do a lot of hidden witchcraft, as I would say, or rituals. Just the way that I mean, if I had to be in any type of Christianity, I think I probably would be Catholic because of like the honoring the saints and stuff like that. But anyway, so, like, I think, like, sometimes when you be talking to people, you have to be aware of, like, who you're talking to, who's going to be receptive of what you're talking to, or of what you're talking about. I think that his crowd at the time was not receptive of it. And so it was like he was trying to have these deep, profound thoughts, and those thoughts was like poo at the end of the day. Now, that's my one example. I do have another example. It's somebody I know, and they are, to me, a baby spiritualist. So it's like they're having a walk with Christ, right? And as they are having this walk with Christ, which is nothing wrong. Whatever you believe in, you believe in. I'm the type of person that would never beat you down because you believe in something. You know why I wouldn't? Because this world is so hard, right? This life is so hard, and we're trying to make the best day count every day, right? So you have to do what resonates for you. So if Christ resonates for you, then do it. But one thing I don't like about people is when people decides that they're going to beat down another race, or I'm not a race, but another religion, right? I hate that. So, like, this other person I know, their walk with Christ, they basically is they do weird stuff to me. So they be on TikTok. That's where I know them from, and they will post little stuff like they just had a baby, and they would be like, my walk, I found out having a baby is so spiritual, and I ain't talking about the universe or the rocks or whatever, and I'm talking about Jesus, and I'm like, okay, but at the end of the day, like that's not okay. You, if your walk with Jesus is spiritual, right? Um, just say that. You don't have to beat up the people who believe in the universe. You don't have to beat up the people who believe in crystals. No, I have not met anybody who say they worship crystals. Crystals are just a form of God's creation to amplify whatever you're trying to get. It doesn't replace God, right? It doesn't replace your spiritual team. All it does is just amplify. And I think that if people realize that nobody, I mean, not one person in this world that I have met, but I'm saying not one person in this world is over here worshiping these crystals like that. Like, I've never heard it. I've like when you step into your spiritual walk, like you're not worshiping crystals. You're using the crystals for its properties, you know? And so I think that that's important to understand. But a lot of people who are Christians, or I don't want to say Christian, but I mean it is a large number of Christian people who feel like, um, crystals are people worship crystals. No, nobody's worshiping crystals. That is not what you're doing. You're using it like the properties, like, and I think that. Well, before I even go on that tangent, um, back to what I was saying. So this person is I feel like they're baby spiritualists. Like you want to be more profound than what you are, but then at the same time, you don't know how to really walk in your walk, so you're over here condemning somebody else. And there's other little things that there's baby spiritualists about, right? Like there's a lot of baby spiritualists. I feel like, you know, and I would say this. I'm not gonna call myself a baby spiritualist, but I'm gonna say that I'm gonna be humble enough to say that I'm growing every day in my spirituality. That I am not 100% perfect, but I do have a lot of knowledge, okay? But I feel like there's still more knowledge. Now, a story I will give you about this would be like Solomon. Solomon is you remember in the Bible, if you connect with the Bible, Solomon was the one who wanted to have all his knowledge. Like he searched and searched and searched. And sometimes, like, too much knowledge could be bad for you. But Solomon really had all the riches, all the golds. He had the women, he had the life that he chose. And so I'm kind of like that. Like, and I resonate with Solomon magic as well. And we'll probably talk about that one day on here. But I definitely resonate with Solomon Magic. But yeah, so I'm kind of like that. But I feel like, like everybody needs to be like humble. And a sign of a baby a baby spiritualist is, I was about to say the wrong word. A baby spiritualist is, it's just simply being out here in this world, being loud and wrong. But not only that, but it's also just condemning others. Like, if you know who you are and you know the walk that you take, you don't have to condemn others. You would know that you can guide others who wants your guidance, right? But there's no need to actually condemn others for them being who they are or them following their own path. Like I said, like we're all living in this world. This world is not an easy world to live in. Like, spirituality connects to your mentality, right? Or you just your mental brain here. So it's like, and what I mean by that is like, okay, like if I'm having a mental breakdown, how do I connect more spiritually? Like how do I heal myself spiritually? People don't realize that you can heal yourself spiritually on a lot of stuff. Like you can absolutely heal yourself spiritually, even mentally. But I think that people just so judgmental in this world, and being that judgmental, you may feel like have a lot, but you're basically just being a baby spiritualist. You're like trying to show people like, look at me, I got an A in school, I got a B in school. Like that type of energy. It's like, look at me, Diamish. I was about to do this thing from the game. But anyway, guys, this is what I have. Let me know if you guys feel like y'all are baby spiritualists. Where do you feel like you're at in your spiritual journey so far?